Oh, Mayegun don't come, oh, this one not day off in mind. Mayegun don't come, oh, person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, Mayegun don't come. Oh, my people make you shout. Oh, Mayegun don't come. Mayegun the command of the masses. Mayegun don't come. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun don't come. This man. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary politico.
You know what we're going to do first? Once you join this broadcast, yeah, you will like the video, then you will share it and invite others.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé.
Thank you very much.
Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Níjó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Thank you very much. Share the broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Kíkó nìyàn gbówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Owó bá dá, owó ò lè bọ̀kẹ́rẹ́ o.
Thank you very much. That's a clip from Osun State. Anyway, share the broadcast, invite your friends, and then let's get started.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me tonight. And if you want to enjoy the broadcast, I mean, the conversation, okay, first thing you should do is to read the description of the video, the body. That is where I managed to drop few things I'm going to talk about. Most of the time, I'd say more than that, yeah? So read it. Get yourself kind of in the know of what we are talking about. Then, if time permits us, we will likely open the line and then you can phone in or you can drop your comment accordingly. I don't know if you have been reading the news like me. Well, I don't just talk about things when they break. I always give it a follow-up. So if you have been reading the news like myself, you probably have read that the Pablo of Nigeria Police Force, Super Cop, have been a super straw. The super drug smuggler called Abba Kyari. A lot of things have happened again. Oh. Listen, guys, when I first spoke about when he was arrested for drug smuggling, blah, 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 somebody came on this program to tell us about his encounter with Abba Kyari. Is stupendously rich. He's a police officer. And the reason why he's rich, we all know it. Now, the latest one is that there was a drug bust in Lagos. Amuward of area in Lagos. Tramadol. Do you notice the increase in drug abuse or drug influx into southern Nigeria in the last 2 years alone? I don't know if many of you have noticed, but people have been complaining. We have been seeing videos of people who are acting strange because they took some strange substance or so. But do you know something? Tramadol in Lagos, they said Abba Pablo Kyari and his team, they bust a Tramadol warehouse in Lagos. And NDLEA, that are the anti-drug agency in Nigeria, they had no idea, they had no clue. They just got aware now. How? Since they picked Abba Pablo Kyari, when they picked him up, yeah, they also picked other people who are also police officers with him. So when they put them in separate rooms, some of them started confessing that, you see, the way this thing is going, you guys are going to discover a lot. It better me what they tell you now. Last year, we bust a warehouse in Lagos. The information came to our Oga, Abba Pablo Kyari, the senior officer, a super cop or super straw. When the information came, we did not forward it to you, whose agency should really do the job. We took it all by ourselves. And the way the thing be, sir, if we put value, if we sell everything, it go worth 3 billion. 3 billion naira. That was what Pablo Kyari did. So, and you remember how he was caught. Now, mind you, the story of his arrest is also having K-leg too. But there is a reason why I want to talk about it tonight. After pointing out all of this, obviously. Why are we interested? I'll tell you. If to say all of you, every one of us, if we understand the crimes committed by that guy, the crime committed, and the reason why he was able to commit all those crimes was because he's the police officer, not just a police officer. a police officer that was appointed assistant commissioner of police. I'll be waiting to call them assistant superintendent of, I don't know what I mean. Anyway, he was appointed to lead an elite, the police IG elite team that were put together, equipped to go after violent criminals, arrest them, and bring them to justice. And by that vantage opportunity is sitting on horde and torrent of information on everybody. That was why, I mean, let me put it, that is why it was easier for this criminal to be able to profile citizens. This one is into importation. What does he import? He imports chemicals. He may be doing something shady. Let's figure it out. Not because we want to stop any shady things he's doing, but we can blackmail him, blackmail him with it and get some money. Yes, we can blackmail him. Now, when they put them together, yeah, there is no law that put them together, but just an act of police, police IG, Inspector General of Police. They were given license to kill. So with this advantage, me, as I am now, all he needs to do is that if they say there's a young boy called Badero Olushola, once they give him that name, all he has to do is what? Use his own police power within that system, and get everything he needs to know about me. That's all. And he can deal with me, not by law, but by his own diction or what have you. That was why he had access. So instead of him now using the information to track down criminals, he went to bed with them. So what happened? If you are into financial crime, normally if you are into financial crime and information comes to a police officer that is in charge of a violent crime, normally it should what? It should pass it on to the relevant agency. Abi, if information about drug dealers, drug smugglers comes into the possession of a police officer like Abba Kyari and his team, going after kidnappers and all that, what they have to do is what? They pass that information to the drug bust agency. But in his own case, nah. Even the job they gave to him, go after kidnappers, right before our eyes, police IG team, kidnappers in northern Nigeria, they are kidnapping a whole school. They are kidnapping passengers, passenger bus, a whole passenger bus. They are going into people's village communities. They are kidnapping hundreds of people. Meanwhile, there is a unit set up by the police in Nigeria to go after those violent criminals, kidnappers, ransom. Now, in southern Nigeria, you also have them who are violently kidnapping people. But rather than for this guy to go after them or use their resources, he went to bed with them. He went into business with them. So if your information gets to Abba Kyari and he calls you and say, I have your information, and this is what I want from you, he will name his price because he's already sized you before he made that call. So he became their friends. When Osh Poppy in Dubai was trying to steal money from someone, and another person in Nigeria was disturbing the job, Osh Poppy, FBI arrested the fraudster. Osh Poppy called Abba Kyari to help him arrest that person that is interfering with his scam and his, And that's exactly what Abba Kyari did. What did he do? He put all the police resources in Nigeria. They went after that person. They arrested him and they locked him up. He was not taken to any court, no nothing. They just put him away. For a fraudster in Dubai to collect almost $1 million from his victim. That's a good example of what he does. So you see the case of this drug. The police are now saying, Abba Kyari, this Pablo Escobar, he did not steal the drug or sell it. That NDLEA only set him up. I told you the way why they got him. They said that video, that NDLEA should show you all of the video. Who need all of the video for what? They said that time that Abba Kyari was giving money to the police, to NDLEA officer in the car. They said it was because they offered him money to give to police informants. Okay, let me put it this way. Their defense, they said, on this issue of the drug, that Abba Kyari team, they received an information. There are 4 people, they were bringing drugs into Enugu, Enugu airport. So when the information came to them, so they said they now posed as informants, and they informed NDLEA that NDLEA, we know this information about these people, but you have to pay us. So when NDLEA won't pay them as informants, yeah, they now decided to go to their boss, Abba Kyari. Excuse me. So because NDLEA doesn't want to pay the informants who helped them to bust the drug dealers, that is why NDLEA now invited Abba Kyari, who is the boss of those police officers, that he should come. They want to pay the informants. So that's when they gave him $61,400 in the car. So when Abba Kyari collected the money and he left the car, when Abba Kyari collected the money, he handed it back to the officer. That's what they said, though. But that's a lie. You know the real story. But if you know the crimes of Abba Kyari and his team, you are likely not going to be or to agree that FBI should take him to America with Hush Puppy for money laundering. This guy, the same way I told you that they gave him license to kill, this guy in Lagos, in southwest Nigeria, many young people, in their thousands, met their untimely death. And tens of thousands of them have had either one or twice near-death experience with this murderous team. They call them SARS. SARS. If you have been hearing about SARS, and all of you have been, you have been raging. You have been raging about, the police brutality. Look at what they did. They kill people. They kill this. I can never forgive them. And the people that did all of that, they are the boys, Abba Kyari boys. Do you know that? Did you know that before now? SARS, and all those things. They were creation of all of them. They answered to one person, and that person is Abba Kyari. And Abba Kyari answered to one person, and that person is the police IG of Nigeria. Do you understand? So before you can get Abba Kyari probed, investigated, you have to report him to the police IG, Inspector General of Police of Nigeria. So SARS, and all of that. It's him. Nigeria police, Nigeria SARS. It's Abba Kyari. Everything is in. The license to kill, take you from anywhere, lock you up somewhere. In fact, some of you that they locked up in police stations, right? You know how they do it. When SARS take you to police station, yeah? Instead of them to drop you there, whatever reason why they drop you there, then you can process your bail. When SARS take you to police station, their own detainees, they are different from the police station detainees. They have their own places where they have detention. They don't work with courts like that. I'll tell you about another part where something that makes it look legit, I'll tell you. But they are so free like that. They don't wear uniform. They wear whatever they like. You can see them anywhere using drug, drinking alcohol, and they are free to do anything. So many of you reporting them. The reason why your reports and everything was, they were never acted upon because you were directing them to the wrong place. The only person that is responsible for all of that is Abba Kyari. The same guy that some of you are celebrating, super cop, super straw, super this, super that, super criminal. It was him. So if you know that you have lost a member of your family, you have lost a friend, you have lost somebody to the gruesome killings of SARS in Nigeria, it is time for you to maybe slap yourself if you have ever defended Abba Kyari. Because it's him. It is him. Everything is him. So if you have to say that Abba Kyari collected money from Oshpopi and he will go and spend 20 years imprisonment in America, to him, standing trial for his true crime, mass murder, mass kidnapping, excessive extortion, kidnapping by them is a crime that if you understand very well, yeah, honestly speaking, you will not subscribe to him being taken to America. But I get it. I actually grabbed it. I understand why many believe that it is better off there. Mayegun, Nigeria is abracadabra. Even if they are saying that they found him with head of human being, the human head, Nigeria will still, they will still free him. Last, within a year or two, everybody will forget about. But if he's in America, we will still feel satisfied. But I understand. I want you to understand where I'm coming from too. When you are talking about justice for the victims of what Nigeria has done to people, this guy, this monster, is one. And I'm talking about those they grabbed on the street. What about those they didn't grab on the street? That Abba Kyari, through his influence, facilitated for so long, God knows how long, the easy movement of drugs in southern Nigeria, in northern Nigeria. That's why sometimes when some of us begin to feel like some people should be treated this way because of the criminals in power, other people should be treated this way because of criminals in power. I tell you, I said, we are all victims of the rotten system. We are all victims of it. That you haven't become a victim, yes. As they say, yesterday's survivors are today's victims. Today's survivors are tomorrow's victims. And on and on and on and on like that. This criminal, Abba Kyari, SARS criminals, they were so powerful that Nigeria police, despite evidence against them, Nigeria government, despite evidence against them, they couldn't even arrest any of them. My brothers and sisters from, is that in Anambra? Okusu SARS. Okusu SARS. I don't know if I pronounced that right. You know where I'm talking about. Or Abattoir in Abuja. Give me names. I'm going to read the comments. Give me names of all their slaughterhouses that you know. SARS slaughterhouses that you know. And tell me what damages these guys have done. Now, when you talk about these drugs, this guy and those he's been shielding, this guy and the people of the underworld, they have wreaked havoc beyond what many of you can actually, imagine. I just painted a picture now. The one you know is that SARS is this. They've killed these people. They've killed that person. You know what I mean? What about the youth, young people who have now become drug addicts? That no matter what we do, no matter how much you try to recover from the damages of APC, the damages of Boko Haram and gang, no matter how much you try to recover from the damages Nigeria have done to us, just think about this for a minute and tell me you will still be so comfortable to argue it out that we are still better off with Nigeria. Just think about that for a sec. Drug abuse. Drug abuse. Unkmurum, or what do you call it? What do you call it in the East, in Biafra? Unkmurum. Abi, what did I call them? Young people exposed to dangerous drugs. And they just told us now that there was a bust of a warehouse in Lagos, Amuwodofin, in Lagos, last year. And NDLEA, they had no clue. So between last year and December, 3 billion naira worth of Tramadol were spread and were sold on the streets of southern Nigeria, on the street of Nigeria. Your brother, your sister, your friend, people you know or you knew, they have now become the ghost of their old selves. Do you think about those damages too? Nigeria is still, and the reason why it actually hurts so much is this. This allegation was made by NDLEA. This is not bloggers talking. This is NDLEA, Nigeria Law Enforcement. Nigeria the Drug Bust Agency, so to say. They said this. They made that statement today. A police officer or group of police officers, they were in charge of drug smuggling and all of that within Nigeria. And yet, they want you to believe that Nigeria is for you. How? 3 billion Tramadol, $61,400 drugs, over, and this link, that link, I didn't make them. This agency, NDLEA, made those statements, and I'm only bringing your own attention to it to think deeper, the consequences, or what we have become in the hands of these monsters who are always baying for blood. Do you see? Police officer, now them they do armed robbery. Police officers, now them they do kidnapping. Police officers, now them they inside what do you call it? Because they are into drug smuggling. These jokes actually write themselves, as they say, and it's on most of you. The people that are supposed to discover and protect you and me, they are the people who are actually dealing. I told you, Nigeria is like a graveyard for them, and these guys are vultures. They are vultures who feed on carcass. And most cases, vultures, they feed fats where bodies piled up, bodies of animals, including that of humans anyway. And if you check Nigeria today, they will tell you Nigeria is not at war. But tens and hundreds of bodies are being killed every day. People are being killed every day. So vulture sovereign. So instead of those who are to protect you, they are making money from it. So that is that. Talking about criminals, asking criminals for help or celebrating them. The criminal you call leader today, the celebrated rogue you might have in the government of Nigeria today, is just a step. He or she is a step away from being exposed to you, so that you can know better, so to say. What they will do to Abba Kyari, I don't know. But what are you going to do about those you are trusting and you know they are shady because they told you it's about one Nigeria? Obasanjo said that you need